Welcome to the No Sleep Gang podcast, where I now understand YouTube swear terms of service, sort of. So we are no longer going to swear in the start, and I will censor it.
Okay.
I have a stopwatch for that reason.
Okay. Damn. I was gonna say
We can say that. You can say bitch and shit.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yeah.
But we can't just go.
Good thing you said it loud, because now I know where to censor.
Exactly. You're welcome. You good, bro?
I had to lower down the audio of you moaning in the last one because it was so loud. I lowered it like 20 decibels, and I was still thinking that's too much.
I feel
Peek
bad
the
for
mic.
these microphones.
Yeah. All right. Well,
If only we had good sound quality.
yeah. Oh, we have got better sound quality
Definitely
now.
better than it's been.
Remember when we used to use the Yeti? And I would have to edit out when
Damn, I
dumbasses I'll censor that name. When dumbasses would kick the thing it was on.
That was me too.
That was definitely you. You would tap it.
Yeah. Well, I did that on purpose.
No, you wouldn't even tap the top of the mic. You'd tap the base of it, which was arguably worse.
Yeah.
Because all of that metal just resonated up to the mic internally.
Okay. So Kid Rock dropped.
Wait. I'm joined by Gabe.
Yes, I am Gabe.
I'm joined by Drew.
Indeed.
Well, what about Kid Rock?
Okay, so we all know Kid Rock, right?
Boom, would the wad, the bang, the
Unfortunately,
bang.
Yeah. The bang, something, you know?
Whatever the fuck
Well-
that was.
He dropped a new single, I think last week.
Fuck, this
And-
is harsh.
All the comments on all the social medias.
We can
Kid
swear.
Rock posting-
Fuck.
Of Kid Rock posting his song were people going, damn, I didn't know Weird Al was still making music.
Dude, Weird Al
And
tweeted it.
The best part about it was that they were serious.
Oh, yeah.
People legitimately thought it was a Weird Al parody of a Kid Rock song.
Oh, Weird Al,
But
tweet
no.
Kid Rock.
It's just Kid Rock.
To everyone that's congratulating me right now on my new Kid Rock parody video, let me clarify. That's not me. That's actually Kid Rock.
Dude, he should just retire. Kid Rock has just got to stop. The world has advanced past the need for Kid Rock.
The world never needed Kid Rock.
I feel like certain parts of the world could have used Kid Rock, but only a couple of them.
All right, so I have some topics this time. Thank fucking God.
That's new.
Do we want to venture into that Weird Al one? I don't really think we can. I think we can just say, "Ha,
Not
Kid
much.
Rock
It was-
sucks."
Yeah, Kid Rock's pretty bad. That was really what I just
That's
wanted to
that was
point
the
out.
point. Okay.
Yeah, Kid Rock sucks, and if you think Kid Rock's good, you don't have any good taste.
Let me moisten my throat with some cancer water.
Some battery
I'm
acid.
already finished with my battery acid.
I'm pretty close.
Welcome to the No Sleep
As-
Gang podcast, where we're actually robots.
Yes, that's why we don't sleep.
Ah, yes.
And
Ah,
again.
When is Mark
On the podcast.
Zuckerberg joining us if we're robots?
If I swear to God, if I show up to your house and Mark Zuckerberg is here, there will be a murder.
I will be
That- I will-
disappointed if he's
I
not
will-
already
No,
dead.
if there is a live Zuckerberg in this room,
A live Zuck.
a live Zuck, there will not be a live Zuck in 15 minutes.
But as of today, it is December 4th. So we are approaching the holiday season.
Happy Christmas.
Happy holiday, whatever you celebrate.
Merry Chrysler.
As long as you don't say Merry Chrysler, happy holidays to you.
Happy Chevy Truck Month.
Happy Lexus December.
Happy Toyota-thon. So
We are living in cyberpunk.
So, I want to know shit about like the worst Christmas present that you've gotten or that you've given to somebody. And you can give me several, but like I feel like that could be a pretty good topic.
When I was for my 9th birthday, my grandpa thought it would be funny to get me a bunch of Barbies to fuck with me. I was a very sensitive 9-year-old, so I bawled my eyes out for like 2 hours after.
I have something really similar. I think I was in like 6th grade, and my parents got me like Hello Kitty fuzzy socks as a prank gift.
Where the fuck?
And I was in 6th grade, and my dumb ass cried, and I was mad about it. Now I'm thinking back, like, bro, those socks were fucking fire. They were so soft. I should have worn the fuck out of those.
I think
What a dumbass kid I was. Those things were so soft.
I got an encyclopedia once. I was like,
Saying I want an Xbox encyclopedia.
You know that video of the little kid getting an avocado for Christmas, and he's like, "Thanks." That's kind of how it was.
He was very
It's an
unsure.
avocado.
I tried so hard to be excited
Thanks.
about it, and I was like, I can't.
I'm racking my brain, but I can't think of a whole lot.
Really?
I was gonna give Sanford that Imperial Marching Band shirt that I have for Christmas, but I liked it too much, so I kept it.
I've had a couple of those in my life where I was like, no, this is mine.
Well, I saw it and I was like, I really want this shirt. Like, Sanford dresses professionally.
I
You won't
remember
wear
an
this
old
to
friend
school.
of mine that I won't name because he used to be involved in this and does no longer want to be involved in this. But not Ethan. Ethan will come back eventually.
Ethan will be here.
But an old friend of mine only gave me joke gifts for my birthday. Like, he gave me a condom that was like
I remember that shit.
only joke gifts, and
there
I'm
was
like,
a whole meme behind that. Too.
there was, but like,
Oh, should
Condom
should
big
we
enough to put
explain-
over
you
your
probably
head?
don't want to.
no, I definitely don't want to talk about it.
Let's not on the podcast.
Let's not ever. That-
It was kind of funny though.
it was kind of funny.
What a time!
What a time! High school was a fucking fever dream.
Dude, I think about some of the shit we did in high school, and I'm like, we were weird as fuck.
I think
We were
about the
definitely
fact.
band kids.
Yeah, I really just think about the fact that I was sexually harassed every day of my life, all of high school, and everyone just thought it was normal. It was so
Now I
fucking.
feel like there needs to be context because I feel like they need to know what we were sexually harassing you about.
Yeah, a friend of
Because now it sounds way worse than it actually was.
it was annoying.
It wasn't.
But that's
I'll give you
that's
that.
it.
That-
Like there was no harm. It was just annoying.
It was pretty bad. It was every day for 4 years straight.
Dale, I got my ass groped every day for 4 years straight. So like
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, there was he who shall not be named. I think we mentioned that in like an early podcast. Yeah, we did because I had to censor his name. That sexually assaulted like everyone in the band, like every dude in the band.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
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 Dude, I
No.
was getting sexually assaulted by women. I don't know what you. These bitches
No.
would like
Yeah.
leave
No.
handprints on my ass. I was like, bro, you can't be slapping my ass unless I'm slapping yours. This is equality.
You can,
Equal right cheeks, equal
Or you
left cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
you can, or you could just like,
Or just
Not.
don't slap my ass. Like,
or you could just not.
I didn't really care all too much, to be honest.
How did we go
Then
from
I just got
Christmas
pissed
to
off.
that?
I don't know.
Gag gifts.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah. I remember now.
Speaking of Christmas in high school, though, remember the band gift exchange?
Those were
I
always
do.
so
I do
fucking
remember
fun.
those.
Yeah.
I remember when I finessed a pair of fuzzy socks, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
When I fucking got the fidget spinner from another He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Oh my god,
Oh, what did it say on it? I can't even remember.
I don't remember either.
I think I always just copped out and bought like a giant box of candy or something for that.
Oh my god, I think I brought genuinely good gifts like each time. Like my
I think
I
you did.
remember
I
You're
was
good
I
at
was
that.
gonna bring like joke gifts, but then my mom was like, "No, you should bring something like nice." And I was like, yeah, you're right. I should definitely do that." And she helped me put together a really nice gift box. And then it was normally over the price range, but I was like, it's within the
It's
price
It's your
range.
decision. It's whatever.
Wasn't there? I can't remember if you guys were there, but I swear there was a year where someone just had a box of like 400 marbles, and that was it.
You know, I don't think that was from Post Falls.
No, it totally was. Or
That
no,
was
it
the only-
gumballs. It wasn't marbles. It was gumballs. It was a box.
I was gonna
of
say the only
gumballs.
high school he went to was Post Falls.
Yeah.
Well, I had a middle school band exchange.
It must have
band
been the
gift
year after
exchange.
you guys left then.
That
Maybe,
that might
yeah.
have been it, yeah. I was like, I definitely would have remembered a box of marbles because my immediate instinct would have been to dump them all over the fucking floor.
Yeah, just
I
that
would've been like-
intrusive thought of just, what if that went everywhere?
It would have had like this big box of marbles sitting on my lap, and I just would have.
Do you remember the tiny sunglasses, the tiny clout goggles?
I got that first year after I got that fidget spinner. Somehow I ended up with a tiny little Etch-a-Sketch that's like
I remember
a
that.
1-inch little, and it works.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That thing's sick. I love that thing. It's somewhere.
A little baby Etch-a-Sketch. I drew a very detailed face at work the other day. I don't know why I just thought of this. And I put it on a sticky note, and I stuck it. I went and stood on boxes and stuck it as high as I could on one of the support beams. And then we named him Joffrey. And Joffrey's still there. He's hanging out. It's. I went for like a gross look. Like, you remember when I drew Corb?
Oh my God,
Kirby
Corb.
with long hairy legs.
Oh yeah.
I'll send you Corb so you can put it. You can put it up so they can see it because I
Yeah.
feel like Corb needs to be shared.
Here's Corb.
Insert
I did it in
image.
that kind of style. He was really sweaty. His eyes were different sizes. He has these giant bags under his eyes because I just do that all the time.
He had like a beak.
Corb?
I think so, didn't he?
No.
One of your characters.
Porkrick had fat fucking lips and big thumbs for hands.
I remember the thumbs.
I look at
Pork
those drawings now and I'm like, the best part about the Corb drawing is the legs.
Dude, if you
The
had
fucked
like
part.
if
That's
you
the
had
most
like
detailed part.
if you had like an iPad and like Procreate, you could make just god awful NFTs.
God, I want to. I've been legitimately thinking about that. Like, ooh, what's to stop me from making an NFT? Like, what would be a barrier
Money.
to that? Well, I guess that's fair. Well,
But if you have the resources to make digital art, then there's nothing stopping you.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, can't you
exactly.
Just make the picture and then
Sell it.
decided by the market. You know,
That's what
free market.
That's what NFTs were originally supposed to
Okay,
be for. It
I-
was like,
Art.
yeah, people
Mhm.
to get their art out there without being famous.
There's
Well, a lot of
website-
digital art is like basically what that is now.
I saw. I remembered this when the NFT things started happening again. There's this website that I used to go to called Neon Mob, and what it was these artists would make like card packs full of their art, and there'd be like they draw these beautiful landscapes, or they do these different creatures, and they all had their own unique art style, and it was really cool. And you could buy this art, but every day you got like a certain amount of free cards. So like you'd spin a wheel and it'd give you a random piece of art. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I just remembered that. I was like, oh yeah, it's the same shit,
Yeah.
just a different kind of layout.
Mhm.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
Similar, yeah. It's the same kind of.
I still don't entirely understand NFTs. I don't think I care enough to understand. So, because I'm not an artist and I'm not super interested in art, so I just haven't
I
cared.
honestly thought about it as like a side hustle. Like,
It's not a bad side hustle, no.
like I mean, what do you really lose out of drawing a picture and trying to sell it? A few
I think
minutes of your time since
Kevin
it's an
sells his
NFT picture.
photography as NFTs.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he gets sales too. Kevin's great.
He
at
he does.
photography.
I've seen him like label a few as sold on Twitter. He has really cool like altered pictures. Like he'll take like landscape pictures and then like alter them. Like alter the colors and shit, and I don't know, they're super cool. He has a very unique photography style, especially because a lot of it's film.
Yeah.
Like he did some pictures with me at a model and photographer meetup that
We should
were
put
on
some of
film.
those up too.
Yeah, I'll throw up some of Kevin's art. I'm gonna ask him first if I can, but yeah, I'll throw some of his art up.
He'll probably say
I'm confident he'll say
cool.
yes, but I'm just gonna ask him about it. But yeah, so I have a
the dog.
the dog or the cat. The cat loves hanging out under the Christmas tree.
My cats like to hang out in the Christmas tree. Sounds about right.
I've got another similar topic to bad Christmas presents, but it's worse, like bad birthday stories. Like, do you have a birthday party that just fucking sucked?
Birthday parties weren't a part of my childhood for some reason.
Yeah.
Like for birthdays, it was always just a family thing, and then I never got invited to a birthday party, so I don't know.
I think that counts.
Yeah, I'd count that as a bad birthday story.
I mean, after a few years, it was just like normal, so
Yeah.
I never really
fair.
thought too much of it. But
I just didn't have a party this year. That was kind of lame. I spent my birthday on Xbox
Yeah.
all night.
I remember distinctly my 14th birthday party. I invited a bunch of my friends and no one showed up.
Ooh.
Pretty much everyone I knew didn't realize it was my birthday that day. They're like, oh yeah.
you remember Dale Appreciation Day?
I do remember that.
Didn't that spring from your birthday?
No.
What did that spring from?
I was very, 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 very depressed.
That makes sense.
And someone did something like that. I don't remember.
They changed the band group chat name to Dale Appreciation Day.
That band group chat went on
Oh
for
my
so
God.
fucking long.
We fit trainer Fudanari for like 3 days.
Who was spamming that? Caleb?
Yes.
Tanner, Caleb.
Tanner.
I
yeah.
did it for a while because I was like, why not for the bit?
Yeah.
I think everybody participated at least once, but it was mainly Caleb and Tanner that kept it going for 3 fucking days.
I know I didn't.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, at that point, everyone just abandoned the chat until it was over. And then they kind of slowly came back in. Like,
Yeah. They're like, they just waited it out.
Is the porn over?
yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I was
It
like,
was
it was the same image
Yeah.
over and over too. It wasn't like we were making a fucking like a portfolio or anything.
I think what he
It was
did
like
is he
spam.
made it a sticker so he could just.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really chaotic section.
Oh boy.
Of audio.
Mm-hmm.
I can just edit it.
I just fucking choked, too.
I can just edit you choking out. We're on individual audio tracks, so
Thank God.
thank God. So I can turn you moaning down. I'm gonna have to turn that one down.
There was one year for my birthday that
Fuck yeah! I was about to say that didn't spring as much conversation as I wanted.
well, when I was
I
in
hope you have sufferable
all the way
birthdays.
all the way up until sophomore year, I had like one friend. That's not an
Yeah.
exaggeration either. That's real. That's like legitimate.
Well, you lived
And
in
most of the
Kellogg.
time- I didn't live in Kellogg. I've always
Oh.
lived in Post Falls. I just went to school in Kellogg. That's part of the reason I didn't have any fucking friends.
You're right.
And I, for the longest time, I just had a little family birthday party and then nothing else because no one else would want to hang out except for the one homie.
The one homie.
Yep. And even then, that was only for a few years.
I think so. I always had like a decent group of friends growing up. Like from a young age, I kind of always thought it was normal to have a huge group of friends. Like, because I grew up like. I feel like, I mean, obviously I don't know anything about like children, like, and how children are being brought up nowadays, because I don't care. I hate kids.
Yeah, fuck kids. Not literally.
Okay, Epstein. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Did you see that Ghislaine Maxwell's trial started?
Ooh.
Yeah, didn't like 3 of the jurors go missing, like right beforehand?
Weren't they trying to? I feel like she was supposed to be one of those people that like committed suicide. You know?
Yeah, that's basic. Well, so
They put her in like maximum security, like
They put Epstein in
isolation.
maximum security.
They
isolation,
put him
too.
in a maximum security prison, not
Oh.
maximum security
I thought
solitary
he was
confinement.
in his own room and everything, and there was a guard that was.
That's
supposed to
what
check up on
maximum
him.
security prison is, Gabe.
Oh, okay.
The
I wouldn't
problem-
know. I've never been to maximum security prison.
But the problem is that he there
I
was
hope to never visit.
the problem is they just didn't think anyone would question anything about that. Is I'm assuming. Obviously, it's alleged, but Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
No, and he said more than once before he went to prison, "I ain't gonna kill myself."
Well, I mean, he had just accepted a plea deal. It wouldn't make any sense to kill himself. But yeah, her trial started. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
This might be the start of a war,
Yeah, there's
the revolutionary variety.
no, I think just civil among celebrity pedophiles. I think it's just a celebrity pedophile civil war at this
Maybe
point.
they can all kill themselves off.
I think that'll be best for everybody.
But apparently, she's got
There's-
like politicians' names and shit too.
Oh yeah, no.
like-
There's photographs of Bill Clinton getting a massage from one of the people giving a testimony as a victim.
I'm not surprised. It's Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Like,
Bill Gates. Apparently, Bill Gates was a huge fucking dickhead.
oh yeah.
Like, I didn't think he was that bad, but like apparently, like when him and his wife got divorced, like she said in more professional terms, he cannot keep his dick in his pants. Dude walks around the office just slinging meat. He texts his
slinging me.
dude texted his ex about everything before his wife. Like,
That was pretty good. Just slinging me.
it's been 20 minutes.
I had two images in my head. One with Bill Gates walking around the office with just a massive dong hanging out of his pants. And another image where Bill Gates is walking around the office throwing dicks at people.
Or like slices of lunch meat.
Or like cartoon style, like sausage chains, just like whipping people with it.
Got sound effects. And
Whoopsh, whoopsh.
use that now.
But yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a good number of people that were name dropped that went to the island. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I obviously don't know enough to talk about it, but I saw that it started and I was like, hey, that's very interesting.
That's actually one of the few court cases I'll keep up with.
Yeah,
There's a Netflix documentary about Epstein that
I knew
like
about
last
that. Yeah,
I've seen it like on Netflix, but I have yet to watch it.
my
pretty
parents
good.
watched it. I remember that.
yeah, we watched it one night. It's
Is it
interesting.
like actual unbiased documentary?
for the most part?
Didn't they have like victim testimonies in the documentary?
Minus like,
Yeah.
because Epstein was a pedophile. That's bias that I don't care about.
It followed all the way up to after Epstein died. And
Right after he didn't kill himself.
Donald Trump was named in there, but apparently he cut him off. Donald Trump cut him off because he was flirting with a customer's daughter at one of his casinos.
that was in the Netflix film.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah. I definitely.
Do you remember
I'll
when
probably have to check that out.
Do you remember when the videos came out of Trump getting pissed on by prostitutes and everybody just kind of just let that happen? Just let it slide?
That was another thing that got spammed in that band group chat was naked Trump.
Well, and
That's right. I forgot about that.
and I honestly,
Trump booty.
Trump has quite a history
Trudy.
of kind of stuff kind of like that. So I don't know that it really shocked people who knew about
my
old
thought
Trump.
is like, and if it didn't shock people, that means that these people voted for someone knowingly
no, yeah.
that
You heard about
likes
the
to
Trump
get videos
casino?
taken. Don't get me wrong. I don't kink shame. Whatever. You do you. Why would you video it?
My
Why
biggest-
would you film it? What is wrong with you?
My
You want to
biggest-
go watch yourself get pissed on later?
My biggest
Piss boy, little piss baby. Sorry.
My biggest problem with people voting for him was the fact that that dude could not pass a background check to get a job at a fucking insurance company.
I want to see people like Trump go out and try to get a job with all the strategies that they tell other people to get a job with.
He couldn't because he has been accused of countless sexual assaults. He has several felony accusations, and he's gone bankrupt 9 fucking times.
Somebody tried to tell me that was like a super illegal business practice to make more money, and I was like, well, if declaring yourself bankrupt 9 times makes you more money and is illegal and you're aware of that,
Why is he the president?
yeah, then why? Then you're telling me
You elected a felon.
you elected a white collar and blue collar felon. He's got both the colors, bro. He's probably got
Yeah.
that red collar too.
It's ridiculous.
Uncle Sam.
How did we get onto that?
No. Naked Trump.
That's not how that started. I did not say, you know what I want to talk about? Trump's dick. Trump's tiny little shriveled
Slinging
dick.
meat.
So that's. And then we
Um,
talked about him getting pissed on by prostitutes.
I guess I'll pull out another topic. Do you
Rummage around in your bag of notes.
well fucking do I have
Rummage.
paper? I've got
Great fucking word.
I know.
topic found.
More.
Drew, do you remember the How Dare You episode of Distractable?
Yes.
That is a topic I want to bring up. Is like, do you have a moment of like a how fucking dare you? For you who does not listen to the Distractable podcast, essentially,
Is it a moment where you're thinking how fucking dare you, or is it a moment where someone else is thinking about you how fucking dare you?
you could do
'Cause I got
both.
both of them.
You could do both. Either one works.
And both of them were on purpose. No, there was one where fucking my first piano teacher, right? She was weird.
Yeah.
She
As
was
piano
obsessed-
teachers are.
Well, my second piano teacher was great. Super sweet old lady, wonderful person, not weird, cool. But this lady was weird. Obsessed with red. She lived on the golf course in Kellogg, like way up in the top of this fucking hill. She had a beautiful piano. She had a full-size 9-foot cherry red grand piano that she tuned like every other month
Damn.
and did maintenance on constantly. But I accidentally walked around in her house with shoes. Ooh. Ooh. She was mad. She was so mad. She did pretty much how fucking dare you. And then she told me under no uncertain circumstances that I had to take my shoes off, so I had a really great piano lesson after that experience. And then at redacted. Actually,
Oh
censor
boy.
that if you want. But there was this couple that came in while it was just me and a server.
Oh, I
at
know
like
this
2
story.
in the morning.
I
Just
don't.
me and a server.
This is a good story.
And this couple comes in right after we get like 30 people at once. I am the only cook. We only have one server. There's 32 people in the goddamn restaurant right now. So I come out there.
Every time I think of sketchy cooking now, I just think of Chef Michael. From the Misfits episode.
But
I think that was a new one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was one of the. That
Like
was
last week.
the most recent one.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah. All right, go on with your story.
anyway, so this couple comes in, and I come out there, and I'm like, hey, guys, there's just 2 of us here right now. I'll get all your food out, you know. I'll try to be quick, but it's going to be a second. And, you know, they're drunk. They don't really care. Most of them are like, yes, fine, whatever. you know.
Yeah,
Drunk
the
people at
usual
Denny's.
2 a.m. crowd.
But this couple comes in, and the server's going around getting the 30 top, you know, getting their orders for food, and this dude is sitting at the table with his wife or girlfriend yelling, yo, bitch, hey, bitch, get over here, as loud as he could across the restaurant.
I would have thrown a fucking plate. I would have frisbeed it out the window.
Well, she comes back with their order, and she puts it in, and I pull the ticket out, and I showed it to her, and I was like, this is their food, right? She was like, yeah, and I fucking threw it in the trash. and I finished cooking the 30 top.
I have
and then-
another one
and
that
then
you
for-
did that
and
you
then
need
the
to bring
server-
up.
The server was like, they want to talk to you because they're wondering why their food isn't out. And I was like, all right. And I walked out there, and I was like, I'm not cooking for you guys. And the guy was like, what do you mean you're not cooking for us? And I'm like, you called my server a bitch. There's only one server here. I'm not cooking for you. So mad. And I didn't see him. I worked there another 4 months, didn't see him once. He
Good.
did not come back. And I was like, good. I don't need your fucking shit here.
God.
I'm already struggling enough. I still have to work until 6 in the goddamn morning.
There was
I'm gonna deal with you yelling "yo bitch" across the restaurant.
There was another one you did that was so funny to me. So, for context, in the place that we were working, when they would send tickets back, they would print on a printer. When it was any more than like 8 items, or like any more than like 5 items, 5 orders, you were supposed to split the ticket so that it didn't hang down into the fucking butter.
into the food.
Yeah, like into the ingredients. Like it would hang down so low that you could not read it. So you were supposed to split
5
them
foot
so it
long
was
ticket.
easier to read them. Sometimes I would just tough it out and didn't really care. I would just be like, whatever, move on. Every time I would let the server know, be like, hey, it's a little hard to read the ticket when it's that long, especially in my shifts where I was working in the morning with an old cook that when the tickets were easy to read, he couldn't read them very well, and so
He's doing his best.
whatever that is, so I would remind them like, hey, make sure you split your tickets if they're that long. You have an instance with someone
I
that
do.
was notorious for not splitting their tickets.
I'll tell mine after
And-
yours.
No, I was setting that up
Oh.
for your context
Oh.
because of the time that you said, do it right.
Well, she kept sending them in. She sent in the server. No matter how many times you told her, didn't matter how you told her, even she would still send in these 5-foot long tickets, and then go and fuck off for half an hour.
Go sit in the
not
break
tuck to
room
her-
on her phone
Yeah,
for
and
like,
then not to her tables. So she did it to me.
and she
on
would do
this-
them all at the same time. She would
Yeah,
print all of her
she'd
tickets
wait.
at the same time.
And she did it to me once, and I was like, hey, next time you got a big, you can censor that.
I've censored
I was like, next time you got a big order, maybe split up the ticket, please. And she was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. And I was like, okay, how about this? Next time you send in a big ticket, I'm going to burn it. She was like,
Because
no,
we
you
had
won't.
we had
No, you
open
won't."
fire burners for our
It
for
was
our
very
egg
easy.
station.
And it was right next to a sink too, so I could just light it on fire and throw it in the sink, which is exactly what I did when she turned in another 4-foot long fucking ticket 20 minutes later. I was like, hey,
Beep beep.
and I lit it on fire and threw it in the
Hey,
sink.
redacted. Hey, redacted.
Sorry. And she was mad at me. And then I was like, put it in the right way. Maybe then I won't have to burn it.
Oh man,
Do it right.
dude, I would have just put it in there and then used it like just as fuel for the fire. I would have just let it burn.
Just left it there. There were still eggs cooking, so I was like, I put it like under the pan and trying to sneak it in there.
I would have just lifted the pan.
Nah.
Dude, I burnt myself so many times on that egg station. I have a scar. That's from the flat grill.
Yeah, this is
you just
from-
fell on the grill.
It wasn't even the grill itself. It was the metal part after the grease trap. So you know how there's like the grill,
So-
grease trap, and then the guard
Yeah,
that doesn't like heat itself, but gets heated because it's right next to
because
the
it's
goddamn
next
grill.
to a grill.
Yeah,
that's next to 4 375-degree burners.
This
in
was closer to
between-
the fryers.
Next to 3 375-degree fryers.
Dude, butter worries me more than fryer oil. Anybody who's worked with
I have a
fryer
sec-
oil and butter knows that
I got
butter's
fryer
way more
oil.
dangerous.
I got fryer oil directly in my eyeball, and I've gotten.
You can still see.
Yeah. I was dropping fries. One fell over the edge of the basket, splashed into the oil, hit me in the eye. It was the only time I ever needed to leave the kitchen for a burn because
It was in your eye.
it was that bad. I've had pans that were just off a burner slammed into my arm and
Yep.
like just like like as like
As you do.
well, because our general manager was in the middle of the kitchen reading the ticket, so he was kind of in the way. The other old cook was on the other side grabbing something, and then didn't say behind, but just expected him to move, knowing this dude is older than him, and he just kind of like forced his way behind him.
Be in the kitchen.
Forced his way behind him, and I was in the drawer next to, like, right behind him as well. So he just slammed his hot pan across my arm, and oh my God, I almost rocked that old man's shit that day. I almost just turned around and just gave him the right hook of his life.
You would only need one, too.
Yeah,
I used to burn.
There was one time on a Sunday where I was cooking eggs, and I was cooking it over hard, and I had a little too much butter in the pan.
Ooh.
And I flipped it, and it popped, hit me in the eyebrow. I still have a scar from the 2nd-degree little burn I got on my eyebrow.
Because when fryer oil hits you, it cools down almost immediately.
Butter cooks.
Yeah, butter does not cool down because it's a fat.
It's all fat, yeah.
So if you splash yourself with hot butter, you better get that off quick.
Yeah, and I had 2 pans in my hand, so I wasn't gonna be.
You're just kind of.
What am I gonna do? Just
Wipe it off.
Throw the rest of the butter in your face.
rinse it off
with
rinse the butter with butter.
There was a morning shift, or not a morning shift. There was
a morning
graveyard
shift.
shift I worked. Yeah. That's what I called the guy who came in and picked up for me in the morning most of the time. But he would always be like, fill up all my butter things, because we had these butter pourers. For those at home, we had these butter pourers with the lids, and we had to fill up. Like
I honestly completely understand him, because when we come come in the morning, we have no time. We are the only one, and we get all the old ass people that are waiting for the place to open.
No, I understand that. That's not where the story's going.
And that shit takes too long.
This story is going beep. I keep saying names. This old man shows up to pick up for me after I've been working from 11 p.m. to 6 in the morning. I filled up all his butters. The kitchen's clean. Like, everything's taken care of. I'm ready to just go. He shows up at 6:30. Okay? Half an hour late. The dude's what, 67? He should know how to be to work on time.
Not even.
Regardless, he should know how to be to work on time.
55.
Case in point.
The general manager that looked younger than him was 64.
Okay. But he shows up, and he opens the little fridge door, where we have all the butter. And he pulls out this butter container, which I had made sure all of these are screwed on super tight. This thing was just broken. He lifts it up by the handle, and the bottom comes off and hits the ground and spills butter.
Was it under
all over the
Was
floor.
it under the grill?
No.
Oh, it was just...
No, it was just straight out of the fridge.
Oh, straight out of the reach-in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Butter all over the floor. And he was the only one there. And I was like, well, have a good day. And I clocked out.
I came in like, I think another hour later, and it still was not cleaned up.
It was a lot of butter.
The floor was cleaned, but the prep station was not.
No.
The prep station was caked in butter.
Well, when he dropped the butter thing, he knocked over another one.
That happened to me, I think, like 3 times, the butter like popping off, but it was always because it was under the grill.
And warm.
And the first time it happened, I think it was because the one dude, I think you worked with him, white hair, filled in for a while from a different store.
Maybe like once or twice. Most of Denny's is a fucking fever dream to me because I worked almost exclusively as a vampire.
But he wouldn't get a new one because he figured, and it's just easier for the people on that side of the kitchen to grab the new ones. I'll just keep a box of margarine down here and fill it up myself whenever I need more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Except for the fact that you cake more and more and more butter on the lining of that screw top each time you undo it.
That's fair.
So by the time he was done with his shift and I picked it up, it fell, hit the ground, went everywhere. The second and third time, they were both on the second side of the kitchen. And they were always underneath that grill. And I always told people, especially new cooks, never to put it under that one because it would heat it up and it would thin it out. And then it would also change the shape of the bottle because
It was
heat
that
and
goddamn
physics.
hot.
And it would just pop off. And actually, there was a cook that we worked with, and she got burns all over her from that exact thing. And the assistant manager at the time just laughed it off. It was the same one that made you walk out.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it
now.
makes way more sense.
Dude, I walked out of that job for a month and came back with $1 raise.
Dude, I that was like one of the primary reasons I quit.
Oh no, I'm totally fair.
I'm so like forgiving. Like you can honestly like kick me in the chest and I'll just be like, no, that's all good. It happens.
Shit happens
Like,
sometimes.
like I am so forgiving on everything.
That was a lot of bullshit, though. They should have given you a raise when they hired me back.
I had grinded. I started at one wage and grinded for another $2 on top of that in the time I was there. I was the best cook there. And this motherfucker, who he's a good worker, but oh my god, I was a way better cook than him.
Yeah, well, I always worked night shift. I
I
never
worked
had to fucking...
the way busier shifts.
That and I always worked by myself. So whenever I worked with other people, I was still stuck in the mode of like getting everything myself because I was so used to like 50 people and just me.
I willingly worked the night shifts by myself because all of the night cooks pissed me off. I would tell them to go do anything else, and then I would just do it myself.
That's
like
fair. There was
the one that
there were
was
only a couple night cooks that I really I liked working with, and one of them was Devin. I really liked working with Devin.
yeah, he's a homie.
And
Beep
was that his name?
beep beep.
Weird.
He
was a good worker.
weirdo.
He's so weird, but good worker. He always had substances to share, so I never complained.
He is so strange, and I really don't like him, but he's a good worker. And my reason for
like,
not liking him has nothing to do with his personality. It has to do with some shit that he has said that I was like, that's creepy as fuck.
That's fair.
You should know. But yeah, the night cooks, like he was good to work with.
Worked his ass off. That's why I liked working with him. He was always on it. He was always doing his shit. He was very particular about where he wanted to work. But
I
when he
liked
was
working
there,
with
he worked
him
well.
because aside from him being so anxious, he was kind of me for the night shift. But there was one day that I worked 16 hours because they someone called out. I think it was you. I think you called out.
Probably. I was probably like, dude, fuck this.
So it was just.
Woke up at 5.
It was just another cook who was not there. He's never there mentally, and he was not good.
I know who
who I'm talking about. So I told him to go do prep while I handled a $2,000 Sunday night myself with the server whose ticket he burned, asking me the most unusual requests for her roommate that came in, and I told her to fuck off every time. I was like, just give me a ticket for it and I'll make it. But no, I'm not just doing that. But I would just willingly do that myself because, oh my God, I hated the night cooks. They were so bad.
Do you remember that?
There was, so he walked out and then came back in, not even to get the job. He was bringing his friend who had started there that day to work, and they begged him to come back, and then he bargained for a $2 raise.
It was just $1. It wasn't $2.
Oh, it was just $1.
I had
bad.
gotten a raise from my base wage before because I was like, I'm gonna fucking quit if you keep paying me $11 an hour.
Yeah, and then he bargained after walking out for another $1, and so I sat.
It probably helped that manager got fired like 2 days after I walked out.
No, she quit. She walked out.
Oh, she just left?
Yeah,
good.
She didn't get fired.
Sucked. She
quit.
shouldn't be a manager. She should do literally anything else.
I wouldn't say literally anything else, but
she'd probably be a better prostitute. She sucked and she was fucking mean. I refuse to say anything good about her. She was a bitch through and through.
I will not comment on that, but I will say she was a bitch.
I didn't have one positive experience with her.
No, neither
I
did
worked
I.
with her
The
for
first
2 weeks.
experience I had with her, she gave me her customer service voice, and I wanted to throw a pan at her.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm your coworker, not a customer. Oh, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
God, we've been talking about Denny's for a while.
Yeah.
But so I sat the manager down and I was like, "Yo, this is unacceptable." And he's just like, "Yeah, that is." And they gave me like a 50-cent raise. And I was like, "Nah, I'm done."
No, I'm gone.
I still can't believe that they begged me to come back. I was like,
We were hurting.
well, Hudson was like, what would it, his exact words were, what would it take to get you to come back to Denny's? And I was like, $1 raise. And he was like, all right, you want to come back tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. and then I stopped showing up. And now I work at a job that pays me $17 an hour, and I don't have to work from 11 p.m. to 6 in the goddamn morning. I just work from 3:30 p.m. to 2 in the morning.
Denny's sounds good now.
I don't want to go to Denny's. I'm going to hear that ticket printer, and it's going to trigger my fight or flight response.
On to a new topic.
Yes.
Did y'all know Wizard 101 is still a thing?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so did you...
It's an MMO,
you know
isn't
what
it?
Club Penguin is, right? Wizard 101 is like more mature Club Penguin, where you play as wizards and you have magic battles, but it's the same kind of idea. It's an MMORPG.
Yeah, it's a turn-based MMORPG in
Online,
combat.
you know, you got microtransactions to buy all the crazy stuff. But
I remember
fun game.
playing it as a kid on a computer that could not run it.
Couldn't run Wizard 101.
It was a bad computer. Our
Old
family
computer.
computer sucked.
You have a white keyboard with it?
Yes.
Ooh, and a white mouse. Big thick tube
No,
monitor.
not a white mouse.
Did you have a tube monitor?
I think so.
Big.
The mouse was one of those ones that had the scroll ball.
Oh, I love those things.
I hate
fun.
them.
I liked them.
I hate those.
You know what was
things.
really dumb? Do you guys remember those laptops that would come out and they had this little like circular button in the keyboard that looked like you would push down on it, but it controlled the mouse? What was that for? What a stupid fucking idea. It was hard to use. It was hard to control. You couldn't. It wasn't like a touchpad. It was like essentially a tiny little Joy-Con stick.
Yeah.
Made of rubber.
I had one that was felt.
What the fuck?
I know.
Do you remember the mice with the scroll ball in the bottom of them?
Yeah, those things sucked.
I remember my dad telling me the other day, because I go hang out with my dad at lunch every day, and my dad told me that he was trying to find one of those because he liked them. I was like, why?
They're worse in
suck.
pretty much every way, minus that you don't really have to worry about the surface you're on, I guess.
You have to clean them though.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
I had to show my dad how to take a screenshot on his phone the other day. Oh man, that's funny. Old people and technology is funny.
If you smoke
Just
crack
wait till
and
it
shoot
says.
heroin at the same time, it takes a screenshot.
No, it doesn't. Don't listen to him.
Yes, it does. Do it. Do it. Do it. I speak for the brand and the company.
He
Do
does
it.
not. He
Do
is
it.
in no way affiliated with the brand or the company.
Not at all.
No.
I haven't been here since the first one we recorded in our
Nope.
dorm.
We didn't record the first one in our dorm.
Yeah, we did. We did it with beep.
I'm redacting that.
I really
Sorry.
hope you have his
we did it with
redacted
beep.
soundbite saved from the other.
I need
previous
to.
one.
Redacted.
I'll save that one.
I was like, I can give you more sound bites. I got you.
Um,
I'm the main.
no, we recorded the first one here.
Redacted.
I'm talking about the original.
We did that here before college.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was before we even left. Never mind. I'm
I
done.
wasn't there for the first one or two.
I don't think you were there for a while.
Yeah, because then we went to U of I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And then
you guys
it
left.
wouldn't have made sense. Want to drive 2 hours? Come over here, record the podcast.
And then when we came back, we all did
probably
it.
go back home, maybe sleep in Redacted's bed since he's never there. I did that a few times.
You did. You also slept on the floor.
The first night, yeah. Just passed out.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up early because I have a thing I need to go to.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we started later than planned. So
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
it's all Drew's fault.
How dare you?
It always is.
Blame Drew
Shame.
for the content being shortened.
And the lack of content last week.
Shame.
Yeah, we had another one last week, but I've already entirely scrapped it because it was unusable.
Yeah,
it was bad.
It was pretty terrible.
But
Oh well, it happens.
it happens. Oh well. On that note,
This one is better. Some actual stories.
Yeah.
Discussions.
yeah, it was a lot.
Bro, I already got a new podcast topic for next week.
Nice. Write it down. We'll do it next week.
Or hopefully I won't forget again.
All
Probably
right.
just like.
Well, hopefully next week I don't have fucking plans again. It was just unexpected.
It's just like in the spur of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah. But on that note, like, subscribe, follow, whatever that bullshit. I don't know though.
New album coming
on.
out week after Christmas.
Then now we're out on
Buzzword.
Spotify and everything else, right?
Yes,
Yep,
that
it's
is
gonna
true.
It's going to be on everything.
We are already on everything. Every episode is on everything.
I think they're out of order on Spotify.
They are, and I don't know why, because I literally list them by episode order, and I listed them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was just like, you mean 4, 1, 2, 3? No. No.
Where's 5?
5 listed, right? No, it was 3, 1, 2, 4, 5.
That's odd.
Yeah.
But
Because it's,
it's because we don't get any
what if character
Fuck that.
customization was real? Dale doesn't like these bits. Gaming talk.
Character customization is
Bracket, redacted bracket, and then NFTs, traveling, and concerts. Yeah.
And then we have how many processing?
1.
Oh, just one?
Yeah, because you got them all. He got 'em all done
I
already.
scrapped the one last week.
Yeah.
NFTs was the last one I finished.
Okay, that's okay.
But at the time of this one live,
Christ. Fucking hurt. That thing
Did it hurt? I'm
dense.
sorry. It was just like
Jesus Christ, let's end this shit.
yeah, we're